someone who is actually going to do justice to the whole analysis. I have Mr. Peter Anosike. Mr. Peter Anosike is a political and economic analyst. He's going to do justice to all that we have here today. But before I introduce Mr. Peter Anosike, let me give you a rundown of what we are going to talk about today. We have what actually this happened on Thursday, come Friday of this week, where the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu wrote to the Senate seeking approval for military action against Niger Republic. We are going to give you details of that shortly. Also, we also have a story here where the judges of the presidential election petition tribunal calls for prayers as it decides Tinubu's fate. The details is also going to get to you shortly. And that story you have here will be that he raises the alarm over alleged plot to influence presidential election tribunal verdict. Details coming to you too shortly. And then we have an editorial here written by Emmanuel Ogebe saying that stating reasons why Tinubu cannot win at the tribunal. Okay, that will also come to you later. And then we have one here that says subsidy removal, Nigerians are happy with you. And who is saying that those days in school they always set exams, they say who said and to whom was this said. So for the question of who said that, the Progressive Congress APC, they said that, and to whom was it said? It was said to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Okay, so we are going to bring you details of this, and we'll have another story coming up from the Niger coup saying that Tinubu pushing for war in order to suspend tribunal, stay in office, says ex-APC chieftain. So we are going to give you details of this shortly. But before we proceed, I will officially introduce the guest we have, the analyst we have in the studio. Good evening, Mr. Peter Anosike.
Good evening, and good evening, listeners, both at home and in diaspora.
Yeah, so how has these few hours been, off the mic?
Well, so to me, every day is the same.
Yeah.
It's the same 24 hours. And it's either the sun shines or it rains.
Yeah, today we have thank God we have a fair weather today anyways. All right, we have to quickly move into the stories we have today. Now, the first story we have here, where the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu seeks approval for military action against Niger Republic. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has written the Nigerian Senate intimating it of the proposed military action and other sanctions against the military officers who recently seized power in the Niger Republic by the Economic Community of the West African States, ECOWAS. Since the soldiers seized power in Niger on July 26th, the leaders of the West African Regional Bloc, headed by President Tinubu, has been in discussions, especially on sanctions against the coup plotters. However, the junta has remained adamant. Not even a delegation by Tinubu yesterday could de-escalate the situation. Now, his letter to the Senate was read on the floor of the upper chamber by the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio. The letter read, and I quote, "Political situations in Niger following the unfortunate political situation in the Niger Republic, culminating in the overthrow of its president, ECOWAS, under my leadership, condemned the coup in its entirety and resolved to seek the return of the democratically elected government. In a bid to restore peace, ECOWAS convened a meeting, and came out with a communique. Closure and monitoring of all land borders with the Niger Republic, and of course, reactivating of the border drilling exercise. Cutting off electricity supply to the Niger Republic, mobilizing international support for the implementation of the provisions of the ECOWAS communique. Okay, now preventing the operation of commercial and special flights into and from Niger Republic, blockage of goods in transit to Niger, especially from Lagos and of course Eastern seaports. And the final point they made here, they said embarking on sensitization of Nigerians and of course Nigerians on the imperative of these actions particularly via social media. Now, these are the content of what the president actually wrote to the Senate. Things, the actions they actually intend to take on the government of, on the people of Niger, actually the people, the coup plotters. Now, something came up from this particular letter he wrote to the Senate. And after this letter was written, the northern senators, they came up with their own, came up with a warning towards the president. Now, the northern senators warned Tinubu against military intervention in Niger. Okay, now the statement, the information read, following his letter to the Senate, northern senators in the 10th National Assembly have cautioned President Bola Ahmed Tinubu against using military intervention in resolving the crisis in Niger. Senator Suleiman Samaila, the spokesperson for Northern Senators Forum, disclosed this in a statement on Friday. The group of senators urged the president to adopt political and diplomatic means to restore democratic government in Niger. According to the NSF, military intervention in Niger would affect Sokoto, Kebbi, Katsina, Zamfara, Jigawa, and of course, Yobe and Borno states. Now, I quote him, he said, the emphasis, however, should be on political and diplomatic means to restore democratic government in the Niger Republic. We also take, as he continues, we also take exception to the use of military force until other avenues, as mentioned above, are exhausted, as the consequences will be casualties among the innocent citizens who do their daily businesses. Besides, about 7 northern states with a border with the Niger Republic will be negatively affected, namely Sokoto, Kebbi, Katsina, Zamfara, Jigawa, Yobe, and Borno states. Recall that the Niger military junta severed diplomatic ties with Nigeria after the ECOWAS envoy sent to the country to broker peace failed to achieve a result. Now, the story actually continues. So, this is what we have, the current developments as regards the military coup in Niger Republic. Mr. Should I maybe give all the information about for the, or you want to talk about this particular?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, continue with the others, but it should be brief.
Okay, all right. Now, we also have the next story we have here. Judges of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal calls for prayers as it decides Tinubu's fate. The Presidential Election Petition Court sitting in Abuja has called on citizens to put the country in their prayers ahead of its final judgment in different petitions challenging President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's victory, electoral victory. The petition court made the call after reserving its judgment in the petition filed by the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, against Tinubu and Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The PEPC panel, led by Justice Haruna Samani, said while parties and Nigerians should pray for Nigeria, the judgment date will be communicated to parties on a later date. Now, the whole summary of this is that they are asking Nigerians to pray for them while they decide on, what judgment is going to be passed. Now, the next story you have here, Obidati campaign raising alarm over alleged plots to influence presidential election, tribunal verdict. The P2B Yusuf Dati Ahmed camp on Monday accused the UK-based Economist Intelligence Unit, EIU in short, of attempting to influence the verdict of the tribunal hearing disputes arising from the February 25th, 2023 Nigerian presidential election. A statement by the Obidati Media Office entitled EIU Jaundice Report, a transactional work poorly done, that's in quote, dismissed the EIU's political prediction on the eventual outcome of the 25th February presidential election titled When Brigadage meets mercantilism. It accused EIU of trying the backdoor to influence the cases lodged against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress by Labour Party's Peter Obi and, of course, People's Democratic Party's Atiku Abubakar. Okay, and that is it from that story. And the next one we have here is an editorial written by Emmanuel Ogebe stating why, according to him, reasons why Tinubu cannot win the pre-election tribunal. Now, I'm going to give you just a brief of what.
Go to the fifth one.
Okay, now the next one we have here, subsidy removal. Nigeria happy with you, APC tells Tinubu. Now, the leadership of the ruling All Progressive Congress has told President Bola Tinubu that Nigeria is happy with him over the bold and courageous decisions to take, that he has taken so far as regarding the removal of the fuel subsidy. And of course, we all know what has been happening in the country and the outcome of everything concerning the fuel subsidy removal. But the party just came out to tell the president that Nigerians are happy, and maybe that everything is actually going on fine and people are happy with the decision he has taken. So, Mr. Anosike, you are going to say something about this. But before you talk about it, let's start with the letter President Bola Tinubu wrote to the Senate seeking approval for military action against Niger Republic.
Well, for me, I see the military intervention that Tinubu is talking about as one diversionary. Number one, diversionary, and again, what we normally say that charity begins at our way. Normally, we used to say that charity begins at home. But for Tinubu, and in this case, it is charity begins at our way. Because we have more pressing issues at home than what is happening in Niger. We have far more pressing issues in Nigeria than what is happening in Niger. To start with, NLC, after their meeting that was deadlocked, said that they will be starting the strike again on August 14. That they're going to commence a strike on August 14. National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, is threatening mass action over the hike in tuition fees. Understand? Resident doctors are on strike. We are still battling with Boko Haram, bandits, unknown gunmen, and so even our soldiers are tired. There's hunger in the country. People are suffering. So going to face what is happening there, I don't think it is our business. It is not. So charity should begin at home. We should first of all address what is happening in the country here before we begin to look at what is happening in the other countries.
Okay, but sorry, I need to ask you. You said you made mention of Chad, but I want to ask. The president is the chairman of ECOWAS, and Niger Republic is an ECOWAS country, and I know that ECOWAS as a body, its duty is to oversee the affairs of countries within the West African region. Don't you think, as the president of the ECOWAS, that he's actually doing what he should do as the chairman of ECOWAS? He's the president of Nigeria, yes, but he's the chairman of ECOWAS, and he should be the one to act on behalf of the body.
So if you are a father, a good father, and your immediate biological children are hungry, you will leave them and begin to address the problem of the extended family. Is it?
So in this case, ECOWAS is the extended family.
It's extended family.
And then the country.
It's extended family. Tinubu's own immediate constituency is in turmoil. So he should first of all address the issues that is happening here. And again, Nigerians are happy with the change. They are rejoicing. So Tinubu should leave them to their destiny. Understand me? Tinubu should leave them to their destiny. They are rejoicing. They are celebrating over the change. Now, you check. When INEC declared Bola Tinubu the president of Nigeria, nobody rejoiced, nobody celebrated. But when the juntas took over in Niger, there was celebration everywhere in their country. So now it is now somebody who nobody rejoiced in his own announcement that is now telling the other person to hand over
I think
power.
the whole thing should be about the citizenry. The citizens are happy with the whole thing. So I think it should be about what the citizens of the country actually want, more than what the external bodies want, to be the case here.
Yeah, so Nigerians are happy with the change. They are rejoicing. They are celebrating. Then why should you now want to kill their joy? And again, another name for democracy is development. Another name for democracy is development. Democracy doesn't mean that somebody will just be there answering president and occupying space. So when the people feel that what this guy is doing is not delivering results, and they say enough of it, go, we don't need you anymore. What's your business going there to interfere? For me, what these guys are doing, what Tinubu is trying to do is, one, Niger, as you just read, has boundaries with about 7 states
in the north.
In the north. So, and the people backing them, ISIS, ISWAP, have their camps over there. So people may be thinking that within 24 hours, Nigerian soldiers will go and
dissolve the Nigerians.
Nigerian soldiers. It doesn't happen that way. We know when war will start, but we don't know how it will end.
Exactly.
Some people had thought that within 72 hours, Russia will finish Ukraine. The war has lasted for more than 1 year and is still going on. America has to run away from Afghanistan. So there's no assurance that Nigerian soldiers will go there and defeat them. Even Nigerian soldiers are overwhelmed. They are tired. They are not motivated. They are hungry. They are suffering. They are buying fuel at 600 or something. You are not telling them to go and face another country that they don't have any business with. Understand me? So when they say that they are happy with what they do, you leave them to their destiny. This morning, if you watch what's happening, they have been abusing Tinubu, calling him all sorts of get rid of this thing. Understand me? Names. Understand? So these people say, we are happy with the change that we have got. You are not telling them, revert to somebody who they rejected, who is not doing well. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. In Nigeria today, we have political, economic, and social problems. Political, economic, and social. And you now want to add the fourth one, warfare, for what does not concern you. For what does not concern you. The issue is this: those that are backing him, Ukraine went into war thinking that America will come openly to their aid. And at the end of the day, they felt betrayed. France, want to see disintegration of Nigeria. This is what they don't know. France want to see the disintegration of Nigeria. In Paris, there's a department for studying of Nigeria. In Paris, a whole department for studying of Nigeria, of what is happening in Nigeria. They are not happy with the progress that is being made in this country. There's no way France will value an Anglophone country to Francophone country. So they are not happy that Nigeria is answering the giant of Africa. They would have wished Ivory Coast. Do you understand that? They would have wished that Ivory Coast is in the position that Nigeria is now. Even though I will not go into detail, I know what happened when they went to Paris for Bakassi this thing, negotiation. It was a thorough betrayal. I knew what happened then, how they betrayed Nigeria in Paris, how they changed the briefcase of the Nigerian delegates, where the evidence is to prove that Bakassi belonged to Nigeria. I have all these information. So France is not happy with us. Now since Tinubu trying to fraternize with them, I told myself that some people don't know history.
But do you think this is really about knowing history or about personal interest? Because if you talk about knowing history, I believe during the time of Bakassi Peninsula, the whole Bakassi saga with Cameroon, the current president was also a Nigerian politician then, I think a governor of Lagos then. So I believe he knows what must have transpired or what must have happened.
This information is not known to everyone.
But okay, now let me not bring the information. You made mention of, don't you think this whole issue of going against the Niger Republic, don't you think is kind of for personal interest? Because if you look at it, I actually wanted to ask you, don't you think it's high time African leaders begin to look home and some of these Western interferences? You made mention of France wanting not wanting the Anglophone countries to do better than the Francophone countries.
They have never wanted it.
Now, this whole Western desires of which country does better than this, don't you think it's high time, some of these African countries rise up and say no to some of these interferences? And again, the issue of Niger Republic, the coup in Niger, and then toppling the democratically elected presidents, and then the people being happy with it, doesn't it pass a message on the whole democracy thing in Africa, especially western part of Africa?
The issue is this: when you are not performing, you should give way. Sentiment cannot override competence. That you are a democratically, unquote, elected, and you are not delivering the dividends of why you are elected, you should give way. So democracy doesn't mean that once you are there, even if your people are dying, you continue being there. So this could be the reason why they are rejoicing that this guy has been booted out.
So obviously, if he was actually doing well, I don't think there is any reason for them to be jumping up.
Sure.
They should be lamenting.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And okay, talking of thinking home, or most of the countries in Europe developed by themselves without looking at the other distant countries. Most of them, India shut out every external influence to become what they are today. Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, the father of modern Singapore, developed without shunning external influences. Malaysia, China, and so on and so forth. So, but it's here that we are forever worshiping foreign powers, which the people that took over there said enough is enough. But France want to continue controlling them, continue to influence them. But there's a time when somebody will say, I'm old enough to take care of myself. I'm no longer a boy. I'm now a man. I can take my future in my own hands. That's why France is not happy. And they are now using Nigeria to achieve their own desire. Why not France go on that military intervention? Why not France go for that military intervention? Because we have not even finished the one that we have here. Boko Haram has been on since 2009. We are still fighting them today.
A whole lot of internal insecurities.
Bandits are there. Unknown gunmen are there. Socio-economic problems are there. That's why I say it is nothing but charity beginning at our way. Understand me? Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Peter Nosike. Now, we have another one here. The judges we are Africans, especially in Nigeria. We know how religious we can be sometimes. A whole lot of things we attribute it to prayers and all that. But I don't know what you have to say about this. They say we should pray for them, the judges.
That is fraudulent. There's nothing concerning law with prayers. Nothing at all. What the court makes use of in delivering judgment is evidence
presented before them.
The weight of the evidence. Whether that's diligent prosecution. Whether the petitioners were able to substantiate their case enough. So there's nothing like when somebody begins that to say, pray for me, he wants to commit fraud. That's why I'm not happy with go on. Nigeria will be born and he'll say, pray for Nigeria. No country in the world developed by prayers. Not even one. No country in the world developed by prayers. So them saying pray for us. So which means they are looking, maybe if they give a wrong judgment, they will say it's God that gave them. No. That doesn't work. They should use the evidence before them in passing that judgment. Calling for prayers does not make sense. Prayers cannot change evidence before the court. So they should look at the weight of evidence in their front and know whether P2B, Atiku, and I think APM were able to justify what they brought before the court, or whether the counsel for Tinubu were able to prove that all is well. Simple. It doesn't call for any prayers. When people begin to tell you, pray for me, they are pushing responsibilities. If they give a good judgment, it's on their head. If they give a bad judgment, it's on their head. And the head of their children and grandchildren too. So anybody saying that let us pray for the judges is wasting time. It doesn't work with prayers. Court work with evidences before them. Evidences before them. That's all.
Well, when I saw this news, I wondered because if people who brought their cases to you, they brought it, this is black and this is white. And then they gave you reasons why they say, okay, this thing should be white, it's not black. Then you look at it and you can see plainly that this is white. And you are now, requesting for someone to pray for you so that maybe God will influence how you see it, from being white, maybe to be another color. So I don't really see where it comes in, because you say something about prayers doesn't develop a nation. I might agree with you because
country developed by prayers.
I believe our country should be the most developed country in the world because we pray a whole lot.
Because we pray more than every other country in the world. Even Justice Wednesday that died last week, the Justice of the Supreme Court that died at 64. 64, yeah. He was the minority. He gave a minority report during Ozodema's case. In his minority report, he said that this judgment is going to hurt the country for a very long time. That's what Justice Wednesday said. That this judgment is going to hurt the country for a very long time. What is happening in Imo State now?
It is happening.
What is happening in Imo State? So if they give judgment, good judgment is for them. If they give bad judgment, it will hurt them, hurt their children, and hurt their grandchildren. As I said last week, the evil that you support today will destroy you tomorrow.
Okay. Well, now we have another story here. Obidati campaign raises the alarm over alleged plot to influence presidential election tribunal verdict. What do you have to say about that?
David Hundeyin, the Nigeria investigative journalist, as they used that to call him, also said the same thing. And as they say, no smoke without fire. And what I can say is that from my own perspective, the respondents, that's Atiku, Shetima, and APC, even INEC, did not defend their case properly in court. Now, an instance, INEC just called one the defendant for both PDP and LP.
One witness.
One witness, their deputy either computer or whatever, just one. They said that the other ones have a running stomach or family problem. Understand me? So just one. Then APC just call Bamidele, that's the Senator Bamidele.
Yeah, but that's Bamidele.
Bamidele, understand me? So they did not defend their case very well. And it's when you write the exam, you know that you are not going to pass. That's when you begin to look for other ways. Maybe trying that to bribe the lecturer or any of those things. So they know what they are seeing or what they are talking about. From my own perspective, they did not defend their case very well. The weight of evidence, which I had expected them to disprove, they didn't do it. Understand? They did not do it.
Okay, all right. Okay, now we have the story here by Emmanuel Ogebe stating why Tinubu cannot, according to him, win the election tribunal. Now, do you agree with him?
Well, he stated 5 points on why Tinubu will not win at the tribunal. One of them, he said that, does the U.S. drug forfeiture disqualify Tinubu? That is the number one question that he asks. Understand? And he made us to one Judge Bates, who gave that judgment in the U.S., said that the forfeiture was for narcotics trafficking or money laundering. Narcotics trafficking or for money laundering. That's what the person that gave that judgment. And here in the country, both Nigeria and the U.S. now said that forfeiture is a fine or criminal sanction. Understand me? Both Nigeria Constitution and the US agree that forfeiture is a fine or criminal sanction. Understand? But they don't always require formal conviction. Understand?
Yeah.
So it is a fine or criminal sanction, but does not always require formal conviction because the money has been taken away from you. And in law, nobody is punished 2 times for one offense. I want to repeat this. In law, nobody is punished 2 times for one offense. You can only be punished once for one offense. So in this forfeiture, you have forfeited the money or the proceeds have been taken away from you. You see it? So, and the reason for that is because so that people with such record will not enter into political office and begin to do that same thing. That's the purpose. That's why it is a criminal offense. That's an example like James Ibori,
former Delta State
governor. So it's because of those people that this law is made. Understand? So that was it. Then his number 2, and they admitted that there was forfeiture. Even Bamidele admitted that there was forfeiture. Bamidele, the witness that the APC called admitted that there was forfeiture. And we have seen that forfeiture is a criminal offense both in US and in Nigeria. So then the next question that he raised was, does the forgery and falsehoods on coinage and national service certificates and Guinean citizenship disqualify Tinubu? That was another question, that another poser that he raised.
Yeah.
Understand? So he said there's no doubt that he furnished a fake certificates with different names and gender, neither about schools attended, national service, and Guinean citizenship. Understand me? This is his own view, that there were fake certificates with different names and gender. You know, the Chicago State University that we saw, the sex there was F, meaning female. And the name we also saw there was Adekunle. So the idea is this, is to prevent fraudsters and disloyal elements from entering into government. That's the purpose of disqualifying people with such characters, to stop them from entering into public offices. So the third question was, does Governor Shetima's double nomination disqualify them both? Understand me? Then, does Governor Shetima's double nomination disqualify them both? You know, he was nominated for Senate in Borno, and later as a VP. So the dual nomination of and out for a day appears to be well established. So they were able to prove that there were dual nomination. And the purpose is to stop somebody from hawking positions or trading positions. You are either in this position or in this position. You cannot have two positions at a time. And when that happens, what it means is that it should be the person should be disqualified. And I'm sure they were able to prove this. Understand me?
Yeah.
They were able to prove this. Then the fourth one, did INEC disregard its own guidelines? Did INEC disregard its own guidelines? So all of us watched what happened at the election. Understand? It is abundantly proven that INEC violated its own regulations, and that, understand me, it was obvious. It was very, very obvious that they did not abide by what they told us that they are going to do. An instance, they told us that they are going to upload the result in real time. But more than 2 months, they are still uploading presidential results. Understand me?
Yeah.
For more than 2 months, they are still uploading presidential results. So in that, INEC couldn't defend themselves. Understand? So this is a betrayal of trust and everything. Then number 5 was the constitutional requirement for the creation of a president-elect. Understand me? That's we're not talking about the 25% of Abuja. On the 24th of February, Festus Okoye was on air. Channels, Arise TV, talking about the importance of 25%. That every presidential candidate must get 25% in Abuja, in FCT, before being declared a president. Understand me? But we all are aware that Tinubu scored about 18% in FCT. So what they are now saying is that Abuja doesn't have FCT doesn't have a special status. That FCT is a state. But when Bamidele was asked how many states does Nigeria have, he said 36. When the APC witness was asked how many states does Nigeria have, he said 36. He didn't say 37. He did not say 37. Then what now makes Abuja FCT a state? If FCT is a state, then Yakubu should have gone to conduct governorship election now.
But there was none conducted.
He had never
There has never been any.
Yes. Abuja, FCT people would have been crying for marginalization because other states have 33
Senatorial
senators, and FCT has only one. Other states have the State House of Assembly men, FCT don't have. Other states have the local government, FCT has only 6 area councils. So how is FCT a state? So they were unable to prove what the council to Tinubu said is that constitution that what the constitution said was subjective, not adjective. Understand me?
Yeah.
But the issue is, it was obvious. He said 24 states and
FCT.
he didn't say all. And Abuja, 24 states out of the 36, understand me, and Abuja. So there's no, even my 3 years old daughter cannot fail the exam. He didn't say oh Abuja, he said and Abuja. Dozier, if I tell you, go and bring me Peter or Paul, I'm expecting just one person.
Anyone I see, I bring.
Yes, but if I say bring me Peter and Paul,
both of them are coming.
If you bring only one, you've not gone
I have not completed it.
You should go and bring the other one.
Yeah.
Understand me? Okay, now if we use our popular jump, they say if I score 8 A's and fail English, I cannot enter the university because
it's always stated there.
Sure.
And English language.
Understand me?
English language.
So there's not no hood can cover anybody's eyes. So for me, it doesn't need prayers. It doesn't need a forecasting. But Niger has no business in this. Understand me? It is a fact. It is a fact. So it is from this that he said, these are some of the reasons why he said that Tinubu will not win at the tribunal. And mind you, at the same tribunal, INEC admitted that Atiku Abubakar won 21 states. Do you understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
They admitted that Atiku Abubakar won 21 states. And from the evidence, it has also been shown that P2B won Rivers State and Benue State. Now, where are Tinubu's own states? So there's a point in what he is saying. Understand? But as they say, that is an ass. Understand? So it depends on how, but let us wait and see how it turns out. Yes.
Okay, let us wait and see how it turns out. Now we have the statement coming from the that this statement was actually made by the acting chairman of the APC, that is Abubakar Kyari, Senator Abubakar Kyari, before the
next meeting.
The meeting they held where they appointed the new chairman, which is Ganduje. So he said that he actually addressed this to the president, telling him that due to his removal of fuel subsidy, that Nigerians are happy with him. He said it straight. He was actually playing about it, that Nigerians are happy with him because of the bold step he took and everything he has done so far concerning the whole fuel subsidy thing. Do you agree with
He's a sycophant. He is a sycophant. If Nigerians are happy, why did the NLC went on strike?
Well, maybe he feel, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what he must have. Maybe he thought the citizen, the ordinary citizen.
Why is Nance contemplating embarking on mass action? Who is happy in this country at the moment? It is only those politicians.
Maybe the political class.
Understand
the senators that were actually making let the poor breathe joke in the Senate House. They are the ones that are happy, obviously.
So say and this is what the nonsense that they were feeding Buhari for 8 years. Understand? Giving him false impression of what is happening in the country, and massaging his ego why he is not doing anything. So if Tinubu believes that Nigeria is happy, understand, then let him declare war on Niger and see.
We don't really want to talk about that, right?
No, let him declare war on Niger and see. Even the people in Nigeria will turn and begin that to fight here before those people
even arrive. So, in other words, you're saying that the statement is not true.
Are you happy? Are you happy? How much are you paying for transport? How much are you buying fuel? How much are you buying fuel? So he just a sycophant, and it's very, very shameful for them to be making this kind of statement. Then if Nigerians are happy, why did Tinubu told the Nigerians to endure? Can you tell somebody
he's happy to endure? Endure what?
Endure. That the pain that they are undergoing is necessary. Do you tell that to a happy person? So.
But okay. Anyway, we have this story here that I actually wanted us to also talk about concerning what an ex-APC chieftain said. He said that Tinubu is that he's pushing for war in order to suspend Tribunal and to be able to make him stay in office. He feels that the reason why the president is actually pushing for this whole war thing is maybe to seek legitimacy or something close to that. So I don't know. Do you really agree with? It's an ex-APC chieftain that said that, not an ordinary person.
Well, for me, a state of once a country declares a state of emergency, everything stands on hold. But in this situation, we have gone beyond that because Tribunal has finished everything. What we are now waiting for is
a final judgment.
So I don't think if it's going to work at this point in time. But assuming that we are on the eve of an election, and this situation comes up, and the president declares a state of emergency, the election will be postponed. But for this case, the evidences have been given, the final address has been given. What everybody is now waiting for is judgment. And that judgment must come. The judgment must come.
Of course, the judgment it will always have to come, because that is what everybody is waiting for. If you go to the social media, a whole lot of people are carrying it around that all eyes on the judiciary. So I believe the judiciary, they know exactly what is at stake and they know that people are actually, Nigerians are waiting for them and waiting to see what the outcome of the whole court matters will be in the end of it all. Now, this is Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and this is the recap where we bring you a rundown of all that happened within the week. My name is Dozie Onohanda. I have Peter Anosike here with me. We are going to go on a brief, a very short break, a brief commercial break, and when we come back, we'll open the phone lines and, of course, let you in so that give us your thoughts on what's all the issues that we actually raised this evening. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We'll be back shortly.
Are you looking for the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos, number 42, Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed rooms featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop-off from the Lagos Airport.
Take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious...
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOP TV, show up, speak up.
Be the first to know, be the first to hear. Listen to the Voice of the People.
Number one station.
90.3 FM. Don't touch that down.
There comes a time in the affairs of man when the voice of the people stands unique, constantly challenging society's status quo. 90.3.
Glad to know that you're still there listening to us on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This is the program recap, and my name is Dozie Onoha. I'm with Peter Anosike. Yeah, he's actually a political and economic analyst, and of course, you've been listening to him, and he's been doing justice to what we have. Now, we are going to open up the phone lines, and you're going to, give your thoughts on all that we've mentioned so far this evening. Now, the numbers to take to reach us via WhatsApp, you have 0700 903 9039. And then for the phone call, you call us on 0700 903 903 903. Let me take that again, 0700 903 903 903. And of course, this particular show is streaming live on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type VOP 90.3 FM. Of course, you see the live program that is going on there. Just click on it and do well to subscribe. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and of course, like our programs. And of course, drop your comments or your thoughts on what we have been discussing. Now, before I begin to take your calls, I have to make a brief rundown of all the things we discussed this evening. Now, we talked about the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu writing to the Senate seeking approval of military action against Niger Republic. We also talked about judges of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal calling on Nigerians for prayers as it decides on Tinubu's fate. Okay, we brought you that, and we also talked about Obidati campaign raising an alarm over alleged plots to influence Presidential Election Tribunal verdict. Okay, we also brought you a report of Emmanuel Ogebe saying or stating reasons why Tinubu cannot win in the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal court. And then finally, we also told you that a former APC chieftain has, the APC as a party has told the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that Nigerians are happy with him for the bold step he took in removing fuel subsidy. So all this we have brought to you, and of course, a former APC chieftain saying that the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is pushing for war in order to suspend tribunal and, of course, stay in office according to him. Now, these are all that we've talked about this evening. You call us on 0700 903 903 903, and of course, drop your give us your thoughts. What do you think about the issues that we have raised this evening? Now we have a caller here. Okay, let me take this. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Dozie and Peter. Well, I joined late anyway. I can't say much of what you people discussed, but I had Peter Diana is talking of, I can't remember exactly what he called it, but the actual thing is about 25% conjunctive and disjunctive. He used some other terms. And then for clarity's sake, conjunctive means that the two statements are true. What are these two statements? 25% of at least 2/3 of the states of the federation, true. 25% of the SCP, true. That is conjunctive. Disjunctive means that at least one statement is true. You either make this one, that is true, or you make the other one, that is true. So you can now see the difference between conjunctive and disjunctive. So for the individual now saying that conjunctive means any other thing, it is left to that person's interpretation. It's just like saying a credit pass in English, that is true, and credit pass in mathematics for admission to higher levels, that is also true. Or saying that Dozie and the Peter are at the studio. Dozie is at the studio, that is true. Peter is at the studio. But if you say that Dozie with Peter is at the studio, then that is where it becomes unclear. Either is true. I hope I've made the case.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Sorry, before you go, I want to ask: in the case of the requirement of the law, is this a case of is it a conjunctive statement in this case or disjunctive? What the law requires as regards making a 25% in FCT?
Conjunctive is the position in that both statements are true,
and that is what the law requires.
Yes, the judgment means that at least one is true. But then it is left to the judges to
decide. But what's your name and where did you call us from?
Okoli, my name from Bagada.
Okay, Okoli. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. 0700 903 903 903. We have some messages on WhatsApp. I think I'll take this first. Greetings to the great VOP crew. I look at the issue of Niger coup and hasten to say that the president's position is selfish. Okay, that's according to you. Ukraine has not been the same since the war started. Having taken the advice of USA, our military has till date not overcome Boko Haram bandits and terrorists. Nigerians are already groaning and cannot bear additional loads. No form of military action is welcome. Chema from Surulere. Thank you so much, Chema, for that message. Please do call us back. Okay, we'll have a caller here. Hello, good evening.
Hello, very good evening.
Good
Mr.
evening.
Dozier.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my brother, Mr. Nosike.
Good evening.
Thank you. This is Ishie Uriminatata from Madrid. I call in the morning.
Urimirade Atata, please go ahead.
Yes, I thank you so much, Mr. Dozier. And I thank you once more, Mr. Nosike. I describe you as a symbol of humanity, Mr. Nosike.
Thank you so much.
The world is watching you, and we're glad of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me start first about Tinubu to write for Senate by proven of war to Niger. My brother Nosike said it. Let's be a charity begins at home, not charity begins at away. For example, if I have a problem in my house, there's no way I will go and settle somebody's problem away where I have never settled my own internal problem. Nigeria is leaking. Underline this word, leaking. There's no security. Even the military have a good friends from Kaduna. They are jobless. They are begging me every day to send them money. So these guys, you are telling them to go and kill themselves. And also, I thank God that the northern people have opposed it in the Senate. Thank God, because they have 7 states that have a boundary with Niger. Thank God. Hadume is an eastern region that have this boundary with Niger. They would have approved it yesterday. But thank God that touched the eye. Now, you see, Mr. Nosike said it. These people, they are happy. Niger people, you see them television, rejoicing. They are happy. Look at what they did in France embassy, and the court relationship with the France. There's something my brother Anosike said here. You are a genuine. In fact, you are. I don't know the word I would describe you. That's a Bakassi Peninsula war between Cameroon. Something happened there. But let me stop there. I will not go there. You see, France are francophone. They never like anglophone. I live here in Madrid. There's no way any francophone person will like anglophone. That's number one. And France want to push this war to Tinubu. I think there's something Mr. Dozier said, one chieftaincy APC wrote, that Tinubu want to use that to stay in power. It's possible, 100% possible. That number two, about Justice said that we should pray for them. Adosike, he said it's a fraudulent. There's no country. I have 5 children. That's nothing like prayer. The children, they pay them. Go to school, it's a free education. They give them a card for transportation. The book is free. So you don't expect my children on Sunday, I tell them, let's go and pray. Pray for, we say, pray for what? Because everything is there. When government is lack, when you lack, the inheritance of what you have, you are not giving to the citizen. That's why you use people to say to pray. Praying to who? To who? For crying aloud. Nigeria is resources, abundant blessing. God give us everything. Now the senator will be looting, collecting billions of billions. You are asking people to pray for justice. Justice, you see, black, and this is white. This is black. I'm a black man. I'm not a Spanish man. I'm not a white man. Then you are telling me I should pray so that Oshimina Tata will be a white man. It's a total fraudulent, said by my brother. The last one before I leave my button about obedience, it's normal. They have tried everything possible, but for this judiciary. Thank you, Mr. Dozier, and thank you, Mr. Anosike.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. God give us pretend.
Hello. Hello, good evening. Yeah, good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Mr. Nosike.
Thank you so much.
I'm calling from UK. I want to say something very fast.
What's your name, please? Sorry.
I was listening. My name is Ugo.
Ugo, okay, Ugo, please go ahead.
Yeah, I was listening to Niger Watch, one social media yesterday, where I used to get the state of the country more than any other place. As a safe VOP. Because the way they are discussing this in the BOP is equivalent to what I'm hearing from the source. It's a very unique source. A man was analyzing something yesterday. He said tribalism and the racists that we accuse the white people of in foreign country, which one is more deadly? And at the end of the day, I realized yesterday that the tribalism is far dangerous than the racism. If Oyibo man is doing a racist with you, and you are competent enough, he cannot shortchange your position. Be it even in football pitch. Be it if you are a black person and you are the best person there, they must use you. They will not use the white person that has a lesser qualification to you, even if they don't like your color. But in Nigeria, where we are all blacks, they use the worst of us to be a leader because it's coming from a particular tribe from particular side of the country. It's quite unfortunate. what I want to say is this. If you are talking about going to war in Niger, is good, because why I said it's good is because we can see how far we have been hungry for war, hungry for fights, killing ourselves individually. It will even be very, very okay if we can test our power, so that we will know how powerful we are. Because each and every time we want to stone somebody to death with a stone, we want to. You saw what happened in our election. Men are hungry for war. In fact, they want to kill millions of people, and they are limited by killing only hundreds. It's very, very unfortunate. Let them try what they are doing in Nigeria elsewhere. Then the resultant effect, we will see how it is going to go. Quite unfortunate. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for reaching out. The number is 0700 903 903 903. Please, some of you were calling while the last speakers were. Please do call back. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Please turn down the volume on your radio.
Yes, I have done that.
All right. What's your name?
This is Mr. Polycarp. Mr. Polycarp from Elasa.
Mr. Polycarp from Elasa, please go ahead.
Yeah. Mr. Nosike, you are thick. That's what I will say. And don't be afraid, because nobody can stand against the truth. What I want to say now is this. I stand to be corrected, Growing up and all of that, okay, in Africa here, or maybe using Africa, about four countries or five, thereabouts, under military rule. I have not heard that there has been war against that country under military rule. It used to be sanctions upon sanctions and diplomacy, all of that. The question I'm asking now, why this song of war this time around? Why this song of war? So, as a matter of fact, nobody will rule out the fact that Tinubu wants to engage himself in power by fighting. Somebody has said it, and it should not be ruled out. What I'm trying to let you know is that what I'm saying within myself here, I am not a lawyer. I want God to keep me alive. Let me see the kind of English that lawyer is going to use to uphold this election. Thank you so much, and God bless all of you.
Thank you so much, Polycarp, for calling. 0700 903 903 903, and of course, for our WhatsApp, you send us a message on 0700 903 9039, and of course, we are streaming live on YouTube. You can go there, just type www.youtube.com/VOP90.3, and of course, you see our live shows, and of course, you drop your comments. We have some messages here. Okay, we have this one from. Okay, this is from. I can't find your name, but let me read what you have for us. It said, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. What is the usefulness of a system of government, popularly known as democracy, if it does not lead to development? A so-called civilian government is anti-people and should be uprooted if it does not better the lives of its citizenry." Victor from Ikorodu. Thank you so much, Victor, for reaching out. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and location?
This is Nedu calling from Switzerland.
Oh, Nedu, how are you doing? How is Swiss this evening?
Very well, better than Nigeria. Far better than Nigeria.
Okay, that's according to you. So please go ahead.
First of all, I want to thank Mr. Anosike because he has said it all. There is nothing more to comment there, but we still have to call. But what I want to tell the federal government, or those supporting Tinubu, although I know the Northerners can never allow him to invade their brothers, because this is the Niger is a second Nigeria. First of all, people, a lot of Nigeria in IDP camp in Niger Republic, A lot of Nigeria is working, is sleeping in Niger Republic and working in Nigeria. Some farmers that cannot sleep in Boronu is going back to Niger Republic after war because of Boko Haram. You have this military power, you didn't use it against Boko Haram till they grow to this extent, and you want to test it in your brothers. Anyway, I know the Senate can never approve it. It's not possible. That one aside. The main issue is this. America and Russia, anytime they want to fight, they should not bring this their Middle East fight or European fight to Africa. If they want to fight, they should go face to face. They should stop this thing. They are using one country to fight each other. Because anywhere they want to fight, be it in Syria, Afghanistan, it's always America against Russia. Even if they don't come face to face, they are just testing their weapon. This is what they want to do in Niger now. The Western and the Russia, France, America, British, and whatever, they are NATO power. They want to test Russia because they know that Russia is fighting Ukraine, and Russia is running against weapon. And Russia, China, and their collaboration want to try. They want to use Niger now to test power. And Niger are making their head like a ram that goes to market. And Nigeria is shaking their head like a cow that goes to market. They should be careful. They should not be deceived by those people that want to kill them. Because if you are not sending machine, you are sending human being to go invade. No how. Even if you kill 100 Nigerian soldiers, minimum of our 10 soldiers will die. We are crying the one we are losing against Boko Haram, and they want to invade. So where do you have the power? I watched yesterday program. The man that yesterday evening program 7 o'clock with Precious. The man that came there, the visitor that they invited, Ambaroy, I know him. He's a very good friend of mine from Edo State. He's a retired military man. He has his own security company. Today he wrote in his Instagram, he said Nigeria don't have the might to invade any country. So they should respect themselves. This is what I have to say. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Nidu. Thank you for calling. 0700 903 903 903. Okay, we have a caller here. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and location?
Yes, my name is Steve. I'm calling you from Ijeoma Egwuatu, Lagos State.
Okay, please, Steve, go ahead.
Yes, first of my point, I want to say that the INEC has failed Nigeria woefully. We are now looking up to our judges. Please, they should help us in Nigeria this time and bring us fair. What we need now is fair. We want the judges to be fair with us in Nigeria. They should take away corruption. Let us save this country. The country is going down and will soon be forgotten. So what I am saying now is the God touches our judges. God touches their heart so that they can be fair to us in Nigeria this time. And from the side of our president sending our military to go and fight other people there that is not acceptable. It's not accepting that. So Nigeria has their own personal problems. These are just like somebody who has an issue in his family. You have not said to that issue. You are not pretending to be a gentleman outside to another person's family. Settle the problem in your own family first before you go to other people's here and claim that yes, you are mine. Your home is and there is no peace in your home. There is no dignity in your home. People are dying every day. And you say you want to go and save other people? No. We should save home before we save the outside. Niger, They should fix their own. We Nigeria, we have our own problem. Let us support.
So these people that are dealing with are devilish, and they can do everything. So we need to pray for the judges so that they have the strength, the inner strength to say the truth. That's what I want to say. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mr. Anosike had what he said. He's actually agreeing to the fact that the judges they actually need prayers, maybe, to withstand the pressure coming to them. You have something to say about that?
Judges don't work on opinions.
They work on facts.
They work on the evidence before them.
We have a caller here. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name and location?
Yeah, my name is Samuel Sim from Surulere.
Okay, Samuel, please go ahead.
Yeah. I want to know the implication. I heard in the news that Niger said they are enemy to Nigeria, or Nigeria is enemy to Niger now. What is the implication? I want to ask the judges at the studio. What is the implication? But I heard in channel news that Niger said Nigeria is now their enemy. So I want to find out what's that mean.
Well, Niger broke ties with Nigeria. Niger broke ties with. They said that they don't have any relationship again with Nigeria. That's what they said.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, this is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, and of course, this is the program, The Recap. We bring you a rundown of all that happened within the week from Sunday until today. So that is what we basically do on the program, The Recap. And I'm not doing this alone. My name is Dozie Ono, and I have Mr. Peter Anosike here with me in the studio. And today we have a whole lot that I've been talking about. But before I take a rundown on that, let me take this particular call. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and location?
All right, my name is Anthony, calling from Indonesia, Jakarta.
Anthony from Jakarta, please go ahead.
The question I just want to ask is our president is trying to fight in Niger. All right, the question is that when the soldiers take over Niger, they didn't kill themselves. But we conducted the election in Nigeria, just election, we kill ourselves. So what is the meaning of sending Nigeria troops to Niger to go and fight? People that they are even happy about what is going on in their own country. So we just have to be careful. We just have to be careful. Thank you so much. You are doing a very great work. Eh?
Thank you so much.
Well, as he said, it is not only with a gun that you take over power. People take over power by rigging, which is also a crime on its own.
Some people call it an institutional coup. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
Good evening, Babo. This is Obi calling from Ikeja.
Obi from Ikeja, please go ahead.
Anosika, I greet you.
Thank you so much.
Anosika, I want to ask you, can a Reverend Father counsel married people? Because I know he doesn't have experience about marriage.
Where did he get the experience?
Because Nigeria, I just look at Nigeria, I laugh. We have problem now. Since this IPOB issue, I've never had Nigeria, make any attempt to go and resolve the problem we have in the Southeast. Not single attempt. Even our elders have gone to Abuja, meet Buhari, nothing happened. Now they want to go to Niger. Let me tell them something that they don't know. This war is not a war between soldiers. We have a lot of Nigerians in Nigeria. A lot of them. That when anything happens, they'll be sympathetic to their country. And they will start throwing bombs, to start doing something that will be worse than the conventional war itself. And Nigeria will start to regret this. Anybody that knows the leaders of this country should advise them on this, because this is going to be... The war is not just war with gun. There are different ways people fight. These people, they love what is happening in their country. We should be very careful about what we are doing. Let us concentrate in our country first. Then before we talk of going to outside. The same Europeans and Americans that they rejected their submissions on the elections, these are the people that are listening now to go and fight. they should be very careful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Obi, for reaching out. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my brother. But I know Sike Kenepangio.
Udo did he go?
One name, okay.
What's your name? Sorry.
Please, don't. My name is Chuka Libye. Calling from Ijaniki. Ketu Ijaniki.
Okay, please go ahead.
Please, honestly, please, I want to ask you about our brother Nonsongpa. I don't know if you have heard anything about him, Nonsongpa. Sorry, I want to digress a bit.
Nonsongpa is still in detention. They've taken him to Abuja. He's in Abuja now in detention under the DSS.
Okay. Please, I believe those that are drumming for war, they will send their own family there, not other poor children. Because in this country today, like as I'm telling you now, come to this Alaba Arago here, Alaba Arago, most of the big men there are from Niger. Are you getting me?
Sure.
Come to Okoko. There is a popular warehouse, they are called Gaba Warehouse. It's owned by a Nigerian, not a Nigerian. So if they want to fight this war, let them know that most of the Okada riders here are Niger, not Nigerian. So at least when they start it, let it be with their family. Please, let them save Nigerians from that. We have suffered enough. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and location?
My name is T.Y. calling from Ikorodu.
T.Y. from Ikorodu. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I greet you. Mr. Anosike, I greet you.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's been a long time. My contribution to whatever it is that is happening between Nigeria and Nigeria right now is this. America, Joe Biden specifically, France, pushing ECOWAS, Nigeria in particular, to go to war with Niger. And these two countries pushing Nigeria, can they condone some of the things that is happening in Nigeria? The level of corruption that we have in Nigeria, can the American citizens condone it? The level of looting that we have from our leaders since 1999 till now, can the American citizens, Joe Biden himself, and French people, can they condone some of all this irresponsibility of our government? Buhari just finished 8 years. These same 8 years, Buhari finished without achieving even Lagos Ibadan Express Road, dry land. It's the same 8 years. Babangida that we are condemning because he anointed June 12th. We know that was wrong. The same 8 years he spent, he gave us Tommy Bridge. And we can imagine now that we are in Nigeria right now that we don't have Tommy Bridge, that it's linking the island and the mainland. And these two countries that I've mentioned now, can they condone the kind of irresponsibility of governance that we've had since 1999? A country that is well endowed like Nigeria, we don't even have one single refinery that's functionally working. And America, they are benefiting from this looting, this massive looting from our leaders. That is why they are supporting democracy. Because democracy is favoring them. They are looting money to have put into their economy. For me, if Tinubu like let him go to war with Niger, he's going to bounce back on them. That is for my own. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let me take this call before I will move to WhatsApp and of course YouTube. Hello, good evening.
Hello. Yeah, are you guys alive?
Of course, we are live. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. You're live on radio.
Okay, this is Bishop Adigwe. I'm calling from Atlanta, USA.
Okay, please go ahead, Bishop.
Yeah, calling in respect of what is going on in Niger.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
What Tinubu and ECOWAS are planning to do, it's
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Please check your background. There is I think I can hear here. I can get a call back from there. Turn down the volume you have behind you, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not for the good of the Nigerian people. You cannot cry more than the bereaved. The Nigerian people are happy with what is going on in their country. So taking military action against that country, it's going to be counterproductive. Tinubu wants to do that to be able to sustain himself in power, but it's not going to work. I'm happy that the senators from the north are opposing that, and if they are going to call for a vote from the Senate to approve that war, the northern senators are going to vote against it. So Tinubu should do the part of diplomacy. Going to war against Niger, it's going to be counterproductive. So that's what I want to. That's my opinion on this whole thing.
Thank you so much. Okay, this is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, and of course the program is Recap. Now we have some messages here. We have this one from you, WhatsApp. He says, wow, this is really, really quite lengthy, but let me see how I can take the first part of it. Good afternoon, crew. As for the coup in Niger, your house is burning and you are chasing rats in your neighbor's house. This is what your president is doing because of eye service, and let them see me as if I'm not working. He wants to put Nigeria into hot water. What will Nigerians gain from this? It's just wasting of our armies, okay? According to him, food insecurity, insurgency, I guess that's all he wanted to say, food insecurity. If we are not careful, the coup in Niger and other countries, it's because of these low-grade mind rulers that have mismanaged governance. Another case study is what is going on in Nigeria, from local to federal government. If we are not careful, something like that will happen here. Please, when is the court going to give the final judgment? Dayo from Faba, thank you so much. Your message is quite lengthy, so I can't really take them all. Now, let's go to YouTube. We have some messages there. King Salem said, that's not true. The law says once you've been convicted, you cannot be a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That is what King Salem said on Facebook. Then Olubenga Bamidele said, would Sai Baba try to use force in Niger if he was still in power? Please guess, my brother. I cannot really guess. I think your guess is as good as you think of it. Then Kuti Makatsasha said, Nigeria is sick. Okay, I don't think I will actually concur to that. Nigeria is not sick. But he said if the judiciary is asking Nigerians to pray for them when they deliver the final verdict, judiciary, you are employed by the Nigerian people, not Tinubu. Just do your job. Do the right thing, he said. Okay, then John 8:32 said, please help me tell that caller that a reverend father can 100% counsel married people because they study marriage and family counseling as a course, and that made them professional. I think he's actually reacting to what the question he asked.
No. There's a very big difference between practical experience and book knowledge. They say who feels it knows it. Who feels it knows it. The Reverend Father has his wife ever hold me in the morning, say you're not going anywhere until you bring food money.
So he doesn't know how it feels.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. You cannot give what you don't have.
Okay, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Who is here? Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
We are good. Are you?
Thank you so much.
We are fine. Thank God.
Yeah. What's your name and location?
My name is Chinedu, calling from Badagry.
Chinedu from Badagry. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So what I want to say now, Nigeria should be very, very careful. The inordinate ambition of our so-called our president, let me put it that way. If guy is not taking him, put Nigeria into serious problem. Because this man wants to be president by all means, and he wants to hook up so that the tribunal will start taking another decision altogether. In the first place, what should make Tinubu going to cut the Niger electricity, which will give them right from time? I don't know whether Tinubu knew when Nigeria gave them that electricity, when they passed that electricity to them. But Tinubu immediately went ahead to cut them off from their supply. It's too bad. You see, this type of character is what happened here in Lagos. Because if you don't vote me, I will deal with you. The moment they discovered that a certain tribe in Nigeria never voted APC, they start destroying their property. They go here and they destroy their property. You see now, the peak, the seriousness of this man, they put Nigeria into trouble.
Hello? 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 Oh, please do to call us back. The number still remains 0700 903 903 903, and the program still remains recap. Today we are talking about we have some issues that we brought up today. First of all, we talked about the letter written by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the Senate seeking approval for military action against Niger Republic, and then we also have the judges of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal calling on Nigerians, asking them for prayers as they decide Tinubu's fate. We also have where Obidati campaign raises alarm over alleged plots to influence Presidential Election Tribunal verdicts. And then written by Emmanuel Ogebe saying reasons why Tinubu cannot win in the Election Petition Tribunal that is currently on. Then we also have a case where the APC, they told the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that Nigerians are happy with him, maybe for the action he took, removing fuel subsidy. You wanted to say something?
Yes, somebody talked about Nigerians being everywhere. Understand? They are booking, that's selling something in front of my house is from Niger. But people will think that it's from...
that's what most of us actually assume that they are all Nigerians from the north. But majority of them actually
they are everywhere. As he rightly said, most of Okada riders come from there.
Niger, exactly.
Even these shoemakers that are going everywhere is from there. So it's going to be fighting a defensive war. We think that it will be on offensive. No, most of them are here.
And it won't be. It won't take them anything to come.
To comment.
Yeah.
So it will be a very big mistake for Tinubu to intervene in their affair.
We have a caller. Okay, please continue.
So going on a military intervention in Niger is going to be a very big mistake. We have more than enough problems here that are waiting to be solved. Even the resources is not even there. Because every time they go on peacekeeping anywhere, it is Nigeria that foots the bill. When they go to, during every ECOMOG war or ECOMOG peacekeeping, because Nigeria claims to be the giant of Africa, money comes from Nigeria. Under Obasanjo, all the peacekeeping was financed by Nigeria. And now the economy is weak. There's no money anywhere. Then where is he going to get money that to fight?
I think, there's a question someone actually is throwing to you. Victor from Ikorodu, he said, please ask your analyst, Mr. Anosike, the ethnic origin of the ousted president of Niger. Is he Hausa or Fulani? That is coming from Victor from Ikorodu.
He's a Nigerian, and his presidential election was financed by a billionaire from Katsina State.
Okay, Nigerian actually did that.
From Katsina State, financed his presidential election.
Wow, we have a caller. Hello, good evening.
Hello there, good evening.
Good evening, this is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. You're on.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, how are the families?
Everyone is fine. How are you?
Thank God.
What's your name and location, please?
Okay, my name is Matthew, Chief Matthew. From what do they call the entire year, very new. Okay. My name is Chief Matthew.
Okay, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Under Ikoto.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
I am listening from many people's voice. I senior Nigerian republic.
Mm.
I senior that very. I was born far before we have the independence of Nigeria. We are obeying what the law commands that every government bring. We see how they do the draft of governance. We don't care. But in your house now, and in my house, the same commandment is not there. When somebody overthrow or somebody pursue wife out of, like now, we are in law. A man came in so that the wife did not behave well. He pursued his wife out. During that in-laws can never come and fight that family. They will go surrounded, asking what is the problem. No matter they give this Nigerian president, what is it? This leadership of ECOWAS. No, you cannot force yourself. You need to have advisor. When you call them, even this national executive of Nigeria has no power to go. I am talking this life. Every people are hearing it. We sit down. Okay, this was the national executive of Nigeria. You go for the elders. We have robbers. We have elders. Can we go and help the people? You don't know what that might behave. Nigeria is going with one leg. But we control it. No problem now. But we understand. That's why we are going with one leg. No food, no water, no electricity, no money bill, food coming from that side where we are eating now. They don't boycott it. We are still managing our one leg. If you go ask anything what to concern you for another person's family, they go cry the whole alliance. Put for that place. So now they cause all these things. Thank you. I've seen where we have a problem in our country. So you people will be social media. Well, I think I get the people that you people will talk to before I go to the president. Please let anybody not try anything like it. Go and fight where they do not go. They are killing people who they go here, who they go to 25. Husband and wife. Because they go to that they kill the festival was separated side. They are killing even outside. They are fighting there. You don't want to know what is happening for the fight. You go put that when you put your head there, what is going to happen? Now die. We have many cases about that in this country, Nigeria. So I want you to tell the president of this country that he just enter. You never want to go and separate fight now. He just enter this country. You don't enter the president now. You just think about yourself. Now, because I beg, as far as the fight, I'm calling. Let me hear from my people here. You don't never in 3 months enter as a president. I'm going to go and wage war, which is not concern you. We are afraid, not in fighting. No. Please, that's what I have to tell you people.
Thank you so much.
You can let people send somebody to go advise him first of all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
God bless.
Thank you. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, and of course the program is the recap. We are bringing you a rundown of all that happened within the week. My name is Dozie Onoha, and I have Peter Anosike here with me. We have a message from WhatsApp saying, "Good evening, crew. You can win election by propaganda and eye service, deception and falsehood and backdoor formula, but you can't govern by this. This is what your president is doing. That is why they can't come for debates to be interrogated by journalists. Don't be surprised if he doesn't come for interviews with all this to tell you he has nothing to offer. They have crippled all institutions in Nigeria that Nigerians cannot protest. Instead, they will send police and army to stop it. They have put us in this hot water. We are waiting for court. But with rumors running about says the judiciary has been compromised. Where do we go to? It's a shame." This is Dayo from Faba. Thank you so much, Dayo. That was quite a lengthy one. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. God bless you. This is the Prince from Oshodi calling you.
Prince from Oshodi. Please check your volume. Check the volume on your radio. Please turn it down.
No problem, sir. Okay, sir.
All right, please go ahead.
I have been listening for the callers calling left and right concerning our nation, Nigeria. See, what am I trying to say on this is this. Let us leave Bola Tinubu to go to war. That is what we want, so that Nigeria can split. We are enough in this nonsense in this nation. Let him go to war so that Biafra can go. Please, that is what I want to say. Let him go. You have to support this nation. Let him go to that war. Armies are hungry. They just increase their money for 1,000, 200. Why all those things are taking billions? If the army can be free to go, let them go. They go and bring out money and to come and govern Abuja. Why army soldiers are hungry? Let them go. If they can go, let them go and die. We need Biafra. We don't even need Nigeria anymore. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prince. Thank you for that. We also have a message here on WhatsApp saying, good evening. To respond to the question from the contributor, the ethnic group of ousted President Mohamed Bazoum is Difa Arab, also known as Shua Arab. They are a minority in Niger Republic. That is Yinka from Ijaye. Thank you so much, Yinka. And she went on to say, but the new head of state, Omar Chani, is a Hausa man. Thank you so much, Yinka, for that update. Thank you so much. We have a message here on YouTube coming from John 8:32 saying, let's argue about that, Mr. Anosike, since it is not the topic for today. Okay, so let's not argue about that since it's not the topic. Hope you do see and hear some ridiculous advices, even the married. Okay, this is still about the whole marriage thing. Hello, good evening. Please turn down the volume on your radio, please. Yeah, it's better now. What's your name and location?
Yeah, this is Joe calling from Bariga.
Joe from Bariga, please go ahead.
I don't want to. Let us be talking. A lot of people let us call up and condemn. Please, the president of Nigeria is killing Nigerians. We are dying gradually. You cannot buy food stuff again in the market. Before they said fuel, the price they put it now is not going to be the price. Maybe by next month it's not going to be the same price due to that rate. Please, Nigerians are dying gradually. Please, let all of us put mouth to condemn this government. If we allow this government to continue, we are heading to Sodom and Gomorrah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that. 0700 903 903 903.
Well, from what you said, the independent, the marketer said that market forces will now be determining the price of fish. So it's the exchange rate now and the landing cost that will determine what the cost of petrol will be.
Thank you.
No more federal government.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. Yeah, good evening. This is AJ calling from Ikoto Adze.
AJ from Ikoto, please go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, first and foremost, I felt Mr. Anosike with immeasurable encomium. True. And the law that I know is of lex lata, is of pragmatism, is of positivism. But when you now bring in restless religiosity in forms of prayer, it now means you want to bamboozle the rest of us Nigerians and at the same time hoodwink us. It is never the dictate of the law. So they had better be careful and go for substantial and concrete, evidences that will be so undoubtable. That is the position of the law. Then as for our president, in quote, if to fight the Nigerians, you had better, consider withdrawal now. Because one of the corners said something so potent. We have a lot of Nigerians amongst us. Just as we have our fellow Nigerians, inhabitants, will it make sense if we will now kill ourselves? Will it? There is this particular Igbo program that I treasure so much. I'm not Igbo, but I treasure it. He said, whoever kills his brother, would that person be, mirrored or projected as being a champion? Please, rest his case here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And God will bless Nigeria, and Nigeria will be intact again.
Thank you so much. Amen. Thank you so much, AJ, for calling. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. The number still remains 0700 903 903 903. We have about 3 minutes to wrap up the show this evening, and we are still talking about trying to give a recap of all that happened within the week, as we have earlier stated. Hello, good evening. Hello,
good evening to you, the young man in the studio.
Good evening to you. This is the first lady we are having here this evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. This word that I'm hearing, I don't know, because me in particular, I've not experienced it before. I don't know, I have not experienced it before. Is there any way you can help us, we the masses, to know our left and our right? Because I'm so afraid of this. I don't want it to happen. But if I make sure that the thing happens, what are we going to do? Where are we going to do? Where are we going? What are we going to do?
Okay, what's your name and location, please?
My name is Destiny. I'm calling from Oshi.
Blessing.
Destiny.
Okay, Destiny. All right. Thank you so much, Destiny, for calling. Destiny says she's scared of the war. There's the sound of it.
Well, she can watch
Ukraine versus Russia.
War films.
Okay, action movies.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good evening. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Nasika, good evening.
Good evening.
And the other man.
Yeah.
I don't know your name.
Dozier is my name.
Yes. You see,
what about your name and location?
My name, Joseph, UK.
From satellite.
Okay.
UK, yeah.
Joseph, all right, go
you
ahead.
See, the people I will blame is ECOWAS. ECOWAS has never been doing the right thing. Then they want to push Nigeria to go and suffer what they don't know. We have been suffering all along. No ECOWAS member have delegates to come and settle any case in Nigeria. Now it happened that they will carry ECOWAS chairman, give Nigerian, so that we will get the fight and die. They will loot us. I think it's a high time we have to apologize to Nigeria. It's the high time to apologize with Nigeria for their light cutting off. And at the same time, nobody is ready to go and fight war against Nigeria. Nobody. So they have to apologize to Nigeria for their own doing or the action taken. So in Nigeria here, we fought the Biafran war. I've never seen ECOWAS come. At the 9 minutes we have already finished before the OAU they come in. So we will not fight war again from nose to mouth.
Okay, please.
How can it happen?
Okay, please just round up. We don't really have much time left.
Okay, so let them apologize to the Nigerians. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well,
we do appreciate.
Dossier on that, the Senate has rejected Buhari and Tinubu's request.
Okay, I think that's a breaking news.
That's the breaking news.
Okay.
Senate has rejected it. They say no, that Tinubu should embark on diplomatic missions, not war. That Nigeria is not ready for war. So I feel for the destiny that's afraid.
Yeah, destiny. I think you can hear that the data seeking approval has been rejected by the Senate. So you need to calm your nerves. Okay? Nothing is going to happen. Okay, Lagos. This is the size of what our package today, and I want to thank every one of you that for listening, and of course those of you that watched from YouTube, and of course those that called and those that sent in their messages. I really appreciate. Always remember to follow us on YouTube and our social media handles at VOP 903 FM. Mr. Peter Anosike, your parting words, please.
Well, Nigeria must survive.
Interesting.
Nigeria must survive.
Of course, Nigeria must survive. That is our prayer, and that is what we are working towards, having a better Nigeria for us and our children. Thank you so much for being part of this program. My name is Dozie Onoha. Up next, coming up is a World News at 6 with Kayla. Thank you so much, and of course, go on to listen and follow us on all our programs on Voice of the People 90.3 FM.
VOP, Voice of the People.